often said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. It's comfortable, is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee, da-dee, a fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go!
Happy New Year! I'm here. I did it. We made it. Wow. Holy crap. We made it. It is now officially 2026, which sounds like the infinite future. Wow. Holy crap. The super future. Wow. We've got, it is, what a long, strange trip it has been. I'm glad you joined me for most of it. So tonight, I'm just kind of doing a super casual, but it's a thing that I learned about fairly recently. The Gavelbachen fell down. Oh, that's true. The Gavelbachen fell down, which is the straw goat. That's kind of a big deal. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So yes, this is the year that we sit here and think of like, oh, okay, well, new year. It's like the clock, the odometer rolls over, and we make it a special occasion and say it's kind of a big deal. And you know, the nihilist in me is like, oh, it's just another day that leads into tomorrow. But the Gavelbachen fell down. Wah! So yeah, and it fell down because of the winds, I think. And I know that last night, like at around 4:30 a.m., my phone decided to go absolutely cuckoo and make the loud screaming emergency notice sound, which in DC can mean anything. So yeah, there was a little stress involved in that. And and turns out that it was just, and I quote, snow squalls. Uh okay. Snow squalls at 4:30 in the morning to 5:30 or whatever. It was the warning. And apparently they were all stressed about it, really windy and snowy. So that's a thing you got to watch out for, and absolutely worthy of the emergency broadcast network. Snow squalls. Yes. Snow squalls in Virginia in January. I do not jest. Snow squalls. And it's actually just really fun to say. Yes, so tonight I'm trying a couple of things. I'm streaming on Facebook, I'm streaming on Twitch, and I am streaming on YouTube. Just give me a quick shout out and let me know where you are seeing this. And I didn't reinforce my camera, so it's going to be a little shaky tonight. I was all busy trying to set up the Maker Cam because tonight I have a pretty good idea of a thing that I want to do, and I'm just now kind of getting into Maker Cams. They can be tricksy, very tricksy. Because you got to get the angle right so that when I'm doing it, it's not like all upside down and my hands aren't blocking everything. And Maker Cam. See, my hands are blocking everything. So I don't know. Like the other idea is that it sits like right in my face. Hello, Maker Cam from the Mab POV as I look around the room. And that's where you get your motion sickness from. Let's try this back here. Very seeable. Very seeable. Tonight I am doing a thing that I learned about fairly recently, and I'm embarrassed that it took me this long to discover it. Snow squalls. I know, John Caro. I know. Snow squalls. It's just fun to say. Jinkies. Let's see. I hope it's broadcasting on Facebook. I'm not sure where to even check that. I know it's broadcasting on Twitch, and I know that it's broadcasting on YouTube. That's me clicking over to YouTube, and I forgot to mute it. So there we go. So now I can see comments on YouTube. I can see Twitch. And I can try and see if I can see Facebook. It exists, but I don't know where it is. So that's a thing. We'll find it. I promise. Oh yeah, I found it. There it is. All righty. So now I can see it on all three platforms, which is kind of cool. Tonight, I would like to talk about, I'm going to try and remember how to say this, art card original editions, ACOE, ACOEs, and it stands for Art Cards EOs. Is it EO, ACEO, Art Card Edition Originals, Art Card Edition Originals. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick little screen share. and kind of talk about a little bit what they are uh, and kind of show up. So I heard about them fairly recently. They are 3.5, and they have to be 3.5 by 2.5 inches. Like that's very specific. So it's a collectible trading card size, very specifically that size. And they are artist trading cards or ACEOs. So ESOs, hmm. Art card edition originals. Oh, that makes more sense. Art card edition originals. I just want to call them art card originals. I just want to call them mini art originals. So what had happened was I got a super cheap big box of 4x4 inch canvases, and I started drawing on them as like a thing of or like, we all doodle, and so I started drawing on them, making these little. Hey, John Hooter, thank you for reporting. John and Don Caro and on Twitch, and Sally AE on Twitch and Facebook. Excellent. So to continue, these are 4-inch, those little mini canvas boards. And I really like just drawing and painting on them. And this is like the first one I did. And it was, it's not great, but it's just some straight up doodles, right? It's hard to kind of see it. I'm just doodling with like paint markers. And then, but then I'm like, oh, these are kind of neat. What do you do with them? And I was thinking like, oh, I just could sell them as like little mini works of art. So then I started Googling mini works of art. And then I found out about the AEOCs. Yeah, I said it right. So they are art card edition originals. And like I said, they're very specific. They're 2x5, 3x5. Then after that, you can use any kind of medium. You can use, a lot of people use watercolor and gouache. Then they do like paint, watercolor, acrylic, oil, marker, pen, blah, 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 or dry. And then there's some collages. So, and then they call them also artist trading cards. And that's like a sketch card, apparently. There's a difference. But they have these parameters. You got to make sure your card is 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, boom, that's it. Straight edges, sturdy, not flimsy. So you can't do it on like a regular piece of paper. I have watercolor paper here that I was going to try it on. And apparently you need a sleeve to protect your cards when shipping them. And so that's like those when you get your Pokemon cards or your Magic the Gathering cards and you slip it in those little sleeves. It's those things. And then you can do it in harder card sleeves. But you got to put your info on the back so that people know where they came from. So then there's like this whole list of resources, and people sell them, right? Now check this out. I think this opened in another window. So let me change what's showing there. Or should I add another stop screen? Share screen. I'm gonna share that one. Boom. So if you go on to Etsy and you search for ACOE, ATC, right? You can see all of these things and the price differences. It just varies wildly, right? And these are all 3x5 or 3.5 by 2.5. And you can just see that there's like watercolor paintings. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. And I saw some that are like, we just took the thing, we made it printed. And then there's people that are actually just selling the blanks because if you don't want to sit there and cut them. And then, look at these little guys. Look at that little hand painted dude. Okay, I can't click on it, but It's super cute. And then there's other people that do a mixed media on a whole sheet, and then they cut the sheet into 9 pieces. I thought that was clever. And then other people are painting them on little mini canvases, and I thought that was kind of cute. So really, look at that little guy, Mom Chi Chi, if you guys remember that. Ooh, 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 Mom Chi Chi. Oh, so look at that one. That's from Pokemon. Super cute, and I went on eBay. Let me see if I can do that here. eBay and art card original editions. Did I type that right? Art card art card edition originals. God, I'm never gonna get that right. So then you see these people on eBay, like this one they're trying to sell for $350, which is cute. This one, I mean, it's nice. It's oil, and it's 2.5 by 3.5, and they want $150 for it. And then, they have these ones that are like, I will do a pet portrait for you. And, so it's like it varies wildly. And then there's the Facebook group, a art card edition originals Facebook group. And they have so many fantastic let's go look at that. And then these guys like to trade. They want to trade a lot of times. And look, this is just like an architectural gorgeous pencil drawing. Look at that. That's insane. That's like a little ring design that somebody did. And it's a 3.5 by 2.5. What's this one? Oh, I mean, look how simple and adorable that is. I friggin' love it. So really, hey, Ick is here. Aw, and now I'm able to go back and read the comments because I'm back in this window. Yay! It's so good to see Sir David Percival and Sally AE. I'm very glad that you guys are here today. And Ick the Troll King, huzzah, huzzah. So tonight, that is my explanation. Yeah, New Year, who dis? I don't know. I have not yet figured that out. Hopefully, I'll discover it with you guys all together. This year, I'm going to try and I'm going to kind of combine a lot of the things that last year was all about. Last year was all about saying yes and trying out new things and exploring. And what I'm going to do is use these art cards as the medium. 2 goblins in a trench coat. You guys are adorable. I'm going to try and use these art cards as the medium to explore, my drawing skills, my artist skills. And remember, do you guys remember when I had Jenny Razor Davies on? She was the artist that did that incredible scrapbooking stuff, and I also worked with her to make the that goddess cutout figure. So we want 2.5, and I'm measuring right here so that I'm going to start cutting them, and hopefully I'll make 2.5. No, that's 7. Let's make this the 3.5 measurement here. So 1, 2, 3.5. 3.5 is halfway. Okay, 3.5. Always measure from the same end. Here's a fun thing. Yeah. What other kind of stuffs are you guys doing for the New Year's? So this one's going to be 2.5. What kind of projects would you guys like to do for the new year? 2.5, 5, 1, 2. It's going to be perfect. 1, 2.5, 0.5, 1, 2. That's perfect. Yeah, I picked the right. So what size is this watercolor paper? This is 7 by 10. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. So I picked this up in a bundle. A great resource for art supplies is your Buy Nothing group. Especially this time of year. You got people trying to do some new things and they're getting rid of the old things, myself included. 0.5, 1, 2, 1, 2.5, and done. And so you got all these people that are getting ready to learn a new hobby. Oh, yeah. Let me measure that a little bit better. Me. Any projects you want to make a few baskets to sell? Well, you know what, Sally? I saw your post about the Viking sale Viking crafts. That stuff looks awesome. Here's another thing I'm just going to real quick show off that I am kind of excited to be back into. I used to do a lot of weaving. I just thought I would show this off. This is a cute little loom. I can probably put it here too. I'm weaving again. So weaving, I am here for that. I think that's exciting. And I can't wait to see what kind of cool ass baskets you make. Not that the baskets are for asses, but they could be. And I love how basket weaving is an insult. Underwater basket weaving. Like, oh, you go to college and learn basket weaving. I'm like, dude, basket weaving is awesome. All right, so here we have, let's see, what do we got? Eight cards on one of these sheets. Now, I could cut them apart and do one each individually, or I could do that thing that some people are doing, which is painting a whole sheet and then cutting it. I think what I'm going to start to do right now is I am, this sheet I will, you have 2 full alpaca blankets to card and draw. Oh my gosh. Mab is looming over us. You are so funny. You're debating on, so Sir David Percival, you're debating what objects to add. And I think that's kind of cool. Oh, cutting board, cream and beer. Oh, okay. So that's like a beeswax kind of thing, like a or the carve wax. That's interesting. I'm actually in the market for a really good cutting board. I've been thinking about upgrading my Big Lots cheap ass cutting board. I can't wait to see what you make with that because I am here for the yarnies. I love it. So, you ever sit down and you've got like a little blank page and you're like, what do I draw? What do I draw? So I am just going to kind of draw some swirls here because I personally like swirls. Swirls give me a really good vibe. And let's see if I can zoom in. That does not zoom that in. I wonder. Nope, I don't have that option. And then kind of go from there. You know how you have like your little doodles that you do on little doodles that you do in the margins during a meeting or whatever. I know a certain 2 goblins in a trench coat that could actually probably really go to town with this. So it's like they're all one of a kind and original art pieces. So I think that that is that's where it's the magic is on these things. And and because they're so small, you don't have to overthink about it. Overthink. You don't have to, yeah, overthink it. You don't have to second guess yourself. You can, you know, I'm just grabbing a handful of random marker colors, and we'll kind of see what kind of comes out of this. Some of these are brush tips, some of these are nice. I got a fancy marker set. It's really nice. And it actually draws way better than almost all of my other markers. This is a really good set. And I'm kind of in a blue mood today. So let's just see what happens with blue, right? Oh, I'm upside down. That was almost a disaster. You have new tiny notebooks, Goblin Doodles coming. Nice. Coral. Yes, I am the same way. Beeswax for the cream. Oh, beeswax. Yeah, is that what I said? Beeswax. Yeah. So many tiny notebooks. I know. Okay, so I have a friend who is a shop owner for the Creative Procrastinations and Whimsy. And they have a shop that is in um, Shepherdstown, West Virginia. And they whoop, they confessed to me their love of tiny things. And I absolutely understood because they were like, "Oh, I can't resist buying these little tiny things. They are so cute." And I'm like, "Yeah, I friggin' get it." So here, the last time I used these art markers, these paint markers, it was on the canvas board, which was already primed. And you know what I didn't do with this? I did not prime it. So it is hitting the paper in a weird way. But if I do enough layers of paint, I think that will help the situation. It'll act as like my primer. Um, when I was in college and I was studying painting, one of the things that I really liked was mixing colors on the canvas. And I really liked using paint uh, tone rather than color to create dimension. And I did a whole series of art on that it and you kind of see it a little bit nowadays in the rest of the world too. A lot of people do this sort of thing. And I think it's an old master's technique where they painted everything in like a grayscale or a sepia tone. They painted the whole canvas in such a way that um, that that it was like monochrome, right? So, but I use color and monochrome to do the thing. And in the comments, your lanterns I bought were a huge hit. Oh, that's awesome. I that makes me very happy because I really liked those lanterns. They were a really cool thing in my head that I got out and made into a laser thing. And I couldn't keep up with it because somebody bought them faster than I could cut them. And you know what? I'll be honest with you, I'm not even mad about it. Not even mad. Uh, so here we go. Should I encourage you to color along? Yeah. And the other thing I have been thinking about doing more of is collage work. collage work. So my goal is to have so much paint on this that my pencil marks that I forgot to erase don't show up. So, and the cool thing is this isn't warping. It's doing pretty good. So I'm going to just keep painting so that I don't think about it a blank canvas anymore, right? I did a doodle. This may or may not look anything like what the final product is. How long should I spend on it? So if I was interested in selling these, if this is a thing that I would need to sell, then I would be more cognizant of the amount of time. So I just posted, I think yesterday or a couple days ago, posted a video because this has been weighing on me, is the fact that everything in this world, and I do mean everything, every single thing in this world costs money. And eating, even breathing, especially for somebody who needs any kind of medication, like asthma medication, which occasionally I do. Just everything costs money, and everywhere you go is an ad. I posted that video on all of my Crafty Carney pages. So on Instagram, TikTok, which by the way, I've got my Crafty Carney, the Crafty Carney on TikTok. Because like these are things that you have to do, whether you want to or not, as a business owner. You have to market everything, and I find it distasteful. I don't want to market, and it's not that I don't want you to know how cool a thing is, and it's not that I don't want you to have it. Slap you with a link. Well, let's see what I can do. You're gonna make me reach for it. Instagram. The Crafty Carney. There it is. I'll do that. And then I also think I posted it on Facebook. Boop. There. Crafty Carney on Instagram and Facebook. I'll search for the Crafty Carney. Crafty Carney. Mab's Mobile Mercantile, because that was the original name of the shop. And then I realized that it was too much of a named thing. And then TikTok, the Crafty Carney. And please don't make noise. Please be quiet. Okay, you are muted. Here we go. Okay, I should have done this earlier. And then so that's where you can find the Crafty Carney. It's on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You are welcome. And I'll keep working on adding some more locations. The other colors I like a lot are orange. Yeah. Look at that. So yeah, I wish I didn't have to market. And you look everywhere you look is an ad. And you know what? And it's seriously like one of my pet peeves. We're already angry at the fact that you pay for your subscription to something and then they change the level now where the next level up is the one that doesn't have ads. Yeah, that sucks. And then the other thing, I was at the grocery store day before yesterday, and I grab a shopping cart and there's a mother freaking ad on the shopping cart. And it was not even for food, it was for a lawyer. That's not where I go to find out information about where to buy a lawyer. Not that you buy a lawyer. I guess you kind of do. Where to rent a lawyer. And video games. Video games. Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's no longer capitalism. But be honest though, my opinion is that capitalism was not sustainable given our current humanity. So, which is unfortunate. Uh, yeah, ads have been on shopping carts for years. I don't normally. I go to like Aldi. Wow. I go to Aldi and they don't have ads on their shopping cart. I had to go to I guess Safeway. It was Safeway, and I was like, "What the bloody hell is this? What the fuck? Are you freaking serious?" It was insane, and I was like, not really happy about that. So yeah. Oh look, nope, wrong size. Wrong size. I found this in a little box because I'm looking for a very specific color paint marker. Not the color I want. That's not the color I want, but it will do. There we go. Everywhere you go, everywhere is an ad. So I am hoping that art cards, you get inspired and want to get in on this art card action because it's kind of fun. And I would set up a Nat 21 Adventures, Mobile Mercantile, Carney Crafter, Crafty Carney, however you want to look at it, page where we could trade our little art things. Or, you can just do it, transform into little pictures. Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, so the 25-cent deposit isn't so much for the stolen carts. I think it's more like they want people to return the carts, and when you return it, you get your 25 cents back, which I thought was not a terrible idea, to be honest. That's one way to get people to return their carts. Ah! I want to make that sticker now. Thanks, VLF. That is entirely mother flippin' brilliant. I want graffiti to be artwork and advertisements a crime. That is so goddamn profound. I'm hoping that, and this is the day for hoping. I'm hoping that 2026, we get a lot of people waking up. I mean, people have been waking up. And, the numbers of people that are going, hey, this doesn't seem right, have been increasing. So, really? Do you think that would work? Is that really a thing that they would give you the free food for life? And then what was there another person that did something similar and got free food, but it ended up not being for life, and they ended up going into court and suing somebody? Yeah, because it was a radio station that said if you got a tattoo that said something something, you would win the horse or something, win a thing, and the guy, or an elephant or something like that. And this is not a recent thing, but the guy went and got the tattoo on his face. I'll need someone who is not currently doing an art card to Google that for me. If you find a link in the comments, find a link, you can paste it in the comments. Okay. Yeah, it's coming along. You can kind of see a little bit of what we got going on here. It's not the best view, but this is, and again, these are not great markers. So I have developed an opinion on paint markers. This is the standard medium tip, I think. Um, and it's, yeah, it's like this picture here. And I don't care for it. Even the Posca versions of these, which I have in here too, they are not the markers that I like. You know, I like brush tip markers. So you can see here. It's like a paintbrush, but a really nice, always clean and sharp paintbrush. I like that. There we go. You got to shake it before you break it. Oh, it was a real thing. It was a real thing. Wow. And I bet it expired because they were like, oh, Bish, this is not sustainable. You know, we're in this situation, we're in the world right now where people are desperate. They're going to do stupid things. We've seen this before in history. It's not that hard to see it again. Just all the nut stuff that we're doing here, and we're gonna. All right, there we go. Sorry, I'm all distracted because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this. So this is what I got so far. I don't know what it is. Posca fine tips are your favorite, but I'm usually a fan of detail work. That's fair. I do prefer paintbrushes over markers and pens. So when I discovered brush tips, I was like, oh, these are actually kind of cool. And I kind of like them. Anybody else make that face sort of thing when they draw? If I'm making drawing an angry face, my angry face, me draw an angry face, and this little bloke is. I think so. Just fun facts: Nat 21 Adventures is going to be changing their format a little bit. So Nat 21 has been hosting me for the Mab Labs and a bunch of other little projects. And I think I'm thinking about, and I've kind of been sort of batting it about it a little bit earlier as well, setting up a Patreon account where I can do for subscribers. But again, I want to do this for free, but apparently I've got to do these things in a way that generates money. I wish we had universal basic income. But a quick round of, oh yeah, I know. A quick round of completely informal vote. Do you think this year will be better than last year? And by this year, I mean 2026. And last year, I mean 2025. Do you think we're going to get better? I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Because I want to pretend, but sometimes it's hard. It's the, you're like, oh, it's the world we live in. And my favorite thing is, people who go to other countries, they go, yeah, no, it's not like that. The rest of the world. They're like, no, really, it's not like that. That's not how it is. That's not how it is. So that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the fact that you have hope, Ick, is a really beautiful thing because I know that hope has been in short supply for a lot of people. And I think that that's really great. And thank you for that. Okay. That's kind of where it is right now. And I'm gonna do some more. Like you can kind of still really see, you can really still see the pencil marks underneath there. When I get it close to the camera, the shadow of the camera is making it hard to say. Okay. Sometimes just looking at things from a different perspective is very handy. We've got blue, we've got orange, I've got this pinkish color. I'm gonna throw some of this pale yellow into this mix. Yeah, we all have our favorite color palettes that we work with a lot. I like complementary color palettes a lot. Looks like a mosquito in a baby bonnet. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Took me a second. All right. Okay. A mosquito in a baby bonnet with the long, wonky nose and everything. Burp, 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 burp. Merp, merp, burp, 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 burp. Also, I cannot possibly be the only one that makes sound effects when drawing. Whoop, whoop. You know, I used to watch Leveling Up with Louie, his little art show where he was working in the studio, and his energy was just infectious and definitely inspirational. And I kind of wish he was still doing his little live stream, but that's kind of what I would like to model my live stream after. Just that really good energy that he always had. Yeah. We have a lot of people. I have a lot of people in my life that inspire me. Um, would you like to hear about the people who inspire me? Green and magenta with yellow is a favorite of yours. Green and magenta. Yeah, green is kind of a neutral color. I see what that is. Aw, I love it when people are inspired. Yay. So the people that inspire me, Jenny Davies Razor Davies, I always mix that up, who I had on here. Um, she is constantly inspiring me with the things that she can make that I I see. They're like things that I see in my head that I would love to see out in the rest of this world. And and I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." And then, you're like, "Oh, am I copying?" No. See, here's the thing. Creativity is the the process of taking an idea and another idea and another idea. So when a mommy idea and a daddy idea and their partner idea love each other very much, sometimes when they get together and smush, they make a new baby idea. And that baby idea has little baby ideas of their own someday. And then the next thing you know, this is where I am. And then the next thing you know, that's how you get novels. The baby idea is a collage idea. I don't know if you're old enough, Ick. You are like a little baby troll. You're an adorable little baby troll. And I love you, Ick. I love you. Let's see. What's another good color? Let's make it pop, 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 pop. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing this color. Let's see what happens here. I like contrast. Contrast is cool. Let's make some contrast. Contrast is cool. Contrast. A pair of goblins going through a midlife crisis know that I'm not old enough for this talk. You're only 15,975 years old? Well, I do think it might be time for you to have the talk. The goblins, however, I don't think they ever fully grow up. Now, let's go crazy, shall we? So the goal here, I would say, is to spend like one show, making one card right now. And eventually I'm going to make more than one card in the show. I need to do something interesting with the tongue. I know what I'm going to do with the tongue. Yeah. No, goblins are old enough. I want to be clear. Am I an artist? Technically, yes. Do I know what I'm doing? Can I choose not to answer on the grounds that it may incriminate me? Because maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wait, is making it up as you go along count as knowing what you're doing? Because that is what I'm doing. It does if you're good at improvising. If I made a card of your goblins, you would purchase it. That is very, very sweet. I don't know if I have that skill. I can digitally manipulate your goblins because in a consensual way. But I am not the best at rendering other people's designs. I'm not the best at it. Disafortunadamente, lo siento. We signed up for digital manipulation. Okay, these are not great. These are not great. Why do I keep trying these? I'm going to pass these on. Remember that aforementioned Buy Nothing group in your neighborhood where I get and give supplies? So many of my supplies go to and come from the buy nothing groups. Hmm. Falling in love with you. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Would you say that it is done? I'm not a fan of that red line. I made a huge mistake with the red line. I thought I was being bold. I failed my red line rule. There we go. All you got to do is make the blue a little bigger and the red line turns into something like a shadow. Let's hear it for layers. Layers! So if you are tuning in and you're not a regular on the channel, I'll play that song for you because I love that song. If you're not a regular on the channel, I would suggest tuning in on Wednesdays. Normally, we didn't do it this Wednesday. It was kind of a surprise to me because I actually got up. Okay, I was getting up late anyway, but I was panicking because I thought I was going to be late for the show. But there we go. Crafting with the crew is what we call it. And that's Shoshi, Cubby, and often myself, and often Kitty. And we just talk about stuff and we make things, which is, Mab Labs is more focused on, hey, I want to introduce this art form. Oh, here I am messing with the mic. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was trying an external mic because I noticed that the audio on my computer was really not that great. Where was I? Pink, red, orange, pink, red, orange. We'll go with this one. Let's see what this does. Yeah, it's a great show. I highly recommend tuning in, especially if you have something like you're working on. You can keep it on in the back because we often do little trivia games and that sort of thing. It's getting there. It's almost there. What do you guys think? Is that better? I need a little bit more green on that. I can help falling in love with you. Right? Thank you, Violet. It's just just a chance to hang out, sort of decompress. Needs to be something. It's interesting. I just realized that purple is not a color that I ever use. You know how there's like purple people out there? What do you call somebody who is not a purple person? Kind of like a little elephant. Super cute. Super cute. Now, here we go. I'm actually going to cut it out so that I can see what it looks like as a trading card, so it's like kind of a cleaned up edge. Ah, here it is. I know. I do own purple, Sir David Percival. Yeah, I would be a yellow person. That's fair. Because it is the complementary color to purple. But just I find that I don't reach for purple very often. I guess maybe if I'm doing something like in a yellow palette, and as I had previously mentioned, I'm a huge fan of complementary colors. Maybe that'll do. Boom! Art trading card. Aw. And like if you look at it, you can kind of see there's like little textures from the paper and the ink because it's basically paint and you can kind of see brush strokes. Look at that little cutie. Oh, okay. I want to address BLF's, I'm sorry, BLC Blondies. So this is one of my favorite cutting rulers. Okay. So it's hard to kind of see it, but this is like a little rubber, non-slip, non-skid base right there. And then it's got numbers up on the side like that and on this side, right? So you can use it this way, you can use it this way, and then you can hold it like this and see how it's like a name guard right here. It keeps your hands and everything, your fingers safe. And because it's got the no slip, it's really good at not going anywhere. I know you wear those colors very well. I just want to add that. It is kind of like a flower person with a long nose, or their mouth is going blah. All right. You do need one of those. And I think I got this one on the Cricut website right there. Yeah, it's a Cricut. We'll see here what that does. So this is my first ACOE. And let me grab a pen and sign it. Because you're supposed to put your name and everything on the back. And then this is acrylic markers. Watercolor paper. And the date, January 1, 2026. Yeah, I wish I could express, like, there's a weird texture on here. You can kind of see those little bumps there. So, wow, it's 8 o'clock. There we go. I just knocked them off. This weird, cool texture thing where the different paints have different sheens to them. And I'm not even mad. Not even mad. I think I'm gonna clean up, do another line on that side to clean it up. Is this me? Am I over fussing? Yes, just a little bit. Do I mind? No, not at all. There we go. Clean your edges. You're gonna clean your edges because it's the edge of the paper and lets the world know beyond there are dragons. Almost done. Boop. And then this one. Boop. So other people I have seen have gone in with like one of those little trimmer things and made the corners round. Hey, Jay Ringer. It's good to see you from Colorado. Yes, art trading cards. These are called, one more time, I have recently gotten into them. They are Art Card Edition Originals, ACEOs. And they are individual works of art. And that's, don't overwork. Shut your mouth, BLF. Shut your mouth. No, I needed to clean up the edge. It was a little messy there. Yeah, so yay! I'm glad you know about these. This is awesome. So yay. So you did a second Christmas card. Oh, are you painting each and every one of your Christmas cards individually? Wow. And what medium are you using? Because like you do love rounded corners. I don't have one of those little paper cutter dudes, but I saw them. They're not expensive, but we'll start with this because this is my first one. So yay. I know I normally do the crafting show at 8, but I put ribs in earlier today and they are going to be ready in 10 minutes. So I didn't want to eat dinner too late today. It is still technically a school day for some folks. I am going to say thank you so much for joining me here on New Year's Day, just to kind of work some of this art out, learn a little bit, share, and we're going to try something new this year. We're going to try and make, oh, I just came up with an idea. BLF said not to overwork it, but I just thought of something that would look super cute. Gonna look so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna say Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for spending the evening with me while we all kind of learn a little bit something about art cards, art card edition originals. And it's so low investment and it's so low pressure, and you can make these and just kind of have fun with it and explore and see what comes out. What comes out of your crazy little brain, what comes out of your hand, how does this muse move you, and and we're just making art into this world, making a little bit more art. Look at that. That was a little bit better. Gives it a little bit more. It's less flat. A little less cartoony, but still fun. I have to admit something. Keith Haring, as I grab one of these, Keith Haring, for some reason, is making a comeback, but I have always loved Keith Haring's work. This piece was definitely inspired by Keith Haring. So I want to say thank you so much, so much, so much. Oh, yay. I don't know how to do a raid, but if somebody does in the comment, I wonder if they can set it up. Are you on Twitch? You're on Twitch, Ick. But yeah. Oh, nice. Don't underwork it. You got to know when to say when. But it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. You can definitely see a couple of hours from now. So I guess 9 or 10. Are you in our time zone, Ick? But I would love 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's about an hour, a little bit less. It's got both elephant and flower vibes. Yes, that is exactly what I was actually kind of going for. Oh, No, oh, here, I wanted to say this. No laminating. They have those little protective card sleeves that you um get for your baseball cards or your magic cards or whatever. Do people still collect baseball cards? I don't know. But it is coming up on time. I do have to head out, and I absolutely love you guys so much, and I super duper appreciate you spending your New Year's Day with me as we talk about how to go into this new world, this strange new world that we live in, and really just make art every day. Make art every day. That is 100% my opinion on that one. So until luego, thank you so much for tuning in, and I love you. Love you, love you. See you soon. Bye.